Hello everyone. So today we'll be doing circles and my name is Mohammad Rafay Sohail. Now for the first question, what is the circumference of a circle whose area is 100 pi? Now the formula for circumference for a circle is 2 pi r and area formula is pi r square, and we know that the area equals to 100 pi. So r square equals to 100 pi divided by pi. So pi and pi cancel and we get 100. So r square equals to 100. Hence r equals to 10. So we can find out the circumference. So 2 pi into 10 is 20 pi. So the correct option is D. Now what is the area of a circle whose circumference is pi? So again the formula for circumference is 2 pi r, and we know that the circumference equals to pi as it is given in the question. So 2 pi r equals to pi. R equals to pi whole over 2 pi will be 1 over 2. So radius is 1 over 2. So area equals to pi r square, or area equals to 1 upon 2 square, that is pi by 4. So the correct option is A. Now what is the area of a circle that is inscribed in a square of area 2? Now what is the area of a circle that is inscribed in a square of area 2? So we have this square and the circle is inside this square. Now if the area of a circle is if the area of a square is 2, now area of a square equals to s square. Now if the length of this side is s, then the length of this side will also be s for the square. So s square equals to 2, s equals to under root 2. So we know that the length of each side equals to under root 2. Now the diameter of this circle will be equal to the length. So this is the diameter. So this is equal to under root 2. So radius will be equal to diameter over 2 or under root 2 over 2. So this is your radius. Now the area of a square would be area equals to pi r square, or we can say pi under root 2 over 2 square. So this would be pi into 2 whole over 4, or we can say pi by 2. So 2 ones are 2 twos are. So the correct answer would be option B. Now a square of area 2 is inscribed in a circle. Now the circle is this, and now the square is inside the circle. So a square of area 2 is inscribed in a circle. So what is the area of a circle? So again, area of a square equals to s square. So this is the sides. So s square equals to 2, s equals to under root 2. Again, we know that the sides are equal to under root 2. Now the diameter of this circle would be the diagonal of this square. So the diagonal h would be equal to h square equals to a square plus b square. That is your again Pythagoras theorem. So h square equals to under root 2 square plus under root 2 square. So h square equals to 2 plus 2, or h square equals to 4, and we have h equals to 2. So this is your diagonal. Now the radius would be half of this diagonal or half of this diameter. So diameter divided by 2. So 2 by 2 equals to 1. So area of a square is pi r square. So pi equals, so pi multiplied by 1 square equals to pi. So the correct option is C. Now question 5. A 5 by 12 rectangle is inscribed in a circle. So we have this circle and we have this rectangle. Now this is 5 by 12. Now what is the radius of the circle? So radius of the circle would be half of diameter. Now over here the diameter is your diagonal. So this is your hypotenuse. So h square equals to a square plus b square. H square equals to 5 square plus 12 square, that is 25 plus 144, 169. So h square is 169, h would be 13. So the length of this diagonal is 13, or the diameter is 13. So the radius would be d upon 2, that is half of this diameter, that is 13 by 2 is 6.5. Now question 6, if in the figure below the area of a shaded sector is 85% of the area of the entire circle, what is the value of W? Now there are 360 degrees in a circle. Now this area is 85%. Hence this angle would also be 85% of 360, because the area would be 80. This angle, let's suppose this angle is x, so x divided by 360 into pi r squared. Now this expression would be 85%. This expression would be 85%. Now we have this W. Now W would represent 15% of 360. Now 15% of 360 is 15 over 100 into 360. So 10 and 10 cancels out. So we have 15 into 36, or we can say 10 plus 5 into 36. So 10 into 36 is 360. 5 into 36 is 180. This would be 540. So 540 divided by 10 is 54. So the correct option is D. Now the circumference of a circle is A pi units and the area of the circle is B pi square units. So the circumference is 2 pi r, it's equals to A pi. Area, that is pi r square, equals to B pi. So we can say A equals to 2r. If pi and pi cancels out, and over here pi and pi cancels out, and we have B equals to r square, and we know A equals to B and r square equals to 2r, then what will be the value of r? R and r cancels out, r equals to 2. So option B is correct. Now technically, basically it's like this: r square minus 2r equals to 0. R, you take a common, that is r minus 2 equals to 0. So one value would be 0 for r, and the other value would be 2. Now obviously radius cannot be 0. So option B is correct. Now question 8 to 9 refers to the following figure. What is the length of RS? So this RS is this. So the area is pi r square, circumference is 2 pi r. Now obviously this is for the whole circle. So in a whole circle, this is 360 divided by 360 into 2 pi r. Now over here we are talking about 144. So the circumference would be 144 over 360 into 2 pi, and r is your 10. So 10 and 10 cancels out. So 9 4s are 36, and 9 1s are 9, and 6s are 54. So 144 divided by 9 is 16. 4 1s are 4 4s are, and 4 2s are 8 pi. So the circumference would be 8 pi. Now when you want to find out the area, so again 144 divided by 360 equals to pi r square. So pi, and we have 100 over here. Why 100? Because 10 squares are 100. So cancels out, and we have 9 4s are, 9 16s are, 4 1s are, 4 4s are. This would be 40 pi. Option E is correct. In the figure above, what is the value of x? Now this is your radius, and this is also your radius. So both of these sides are equal, and this angle will also be x. In a triangle, they are total 180 degrees. So x plus 72 equals to 180. And we have 2x equals to 108. X would be 108 divided by 2, that is 54. So the correct answer is 54, that is x. Question 11, if A is the area of a circle, if A is the area and C is the circumference of a circle, which of the following is an expression for A in terms of C? So A equals to pi r square and C equals to 2 pi r. Now, if A is the area and C is the circumference of a circle, which of the following is an expression for A in terms of C. Now we can say that C equals to C upon 2R equals to pi. So we can have this expression. Now we can substitute this expression over here. A equals to C over 2R into R square. And this would be A equals to C over 2R. But now you need to understand this is wrong. Why? Because we don't have any answer in this term. So we need to again think like A in terms of C. A in terms of C. Now we can write like this. We can also write C equals to 2 pi over R. So we can write C over 2 pi equals to R. So area equals to pi R square. So area equals to pi. This would be C over 2 pi square. So area equals to pi C square over 4 pi square. So pi C square over 4 pi square. So pi and pi cancels out. So we have C square over 4 pi. So C square over 4 pi is option A. Now, what is the area of a circle whose radius is the diagonal? What is the area of a circle whose radius is the diagonal? So the radius is the diagonal of what? Of a square whose area is 4. So area is 4. So S and S. Area equals to 4 equals to S square. So S equals to 2. We know that the sides are equal to 2. And this diagonal would be equal to h square equals to a square plus b square. Again, Pythagoras theorem. So h square equals to 2 square plus 2 square. Or we can say h square equals to 4 plus 4. That is 8. So h can be written as under root 8. Or h can be written as under root 4 into 2. And h equals to 2 under root 2. So the radius is 2 under root 2, and we need to find out the area. So area equals to pi r square, or pi into 2 under root 2 square would be pi multiplied by 4 into 2, that is 8 pi. So question 12, the answer is D. And we can also say that h square is equal to 8. So h square, that is diagonal, will be equal to r square. So h square is 8, will also be equal to r square. So again, it would be 8 pi. Now, quantity A and quantity B, which quantity is greater or equal? So the perimeter of pentagon. So this is your side. So we add all of them up. This will be your perimeter for pentagon. And the circumference for this circle. Now, obviously, it has a curvature. So this would be, obviously this curve would be greater than this straight line. This curvature would be greater than this straight line. This curvature would be greater than this straight line, and so on and so forth. So the circumference of this circle would be greater than the perimeter of this pentagon. Because if we have this curvature, 100%, this curvature length would be more than this tangent or straight line. So definitely the circumference for circle is greater than that of the pentagon. So option B is correct. There's no calculation required over here. The circumference of a circle, so C equals to 2 pi r and area equals to pi r square. Now C over A and A over C. So C over A would be 2 pi r over pi r square, and A over C would be pi r square whole over 2 pi r. So pi and pi cancels out, and r cancels. So 2 over r. Over here, pi and pi cancels out. So this would be r over 2. Now, 2 over r and r over 2. Now, they can only be equal if r equals to 2. But that's not a necessity. That's not necessary that r is always equal to 2. If r equals to 1, then quantity A would be greater than quantity B. So we don't know which quantity is greater or equal or less. So when r equals to 2, then both of them are equal, and other than that it's not defined, so it is impossible to determine. So option D is correct. Now the area of a circle of radius 2, this would be area equals to pi r square or 4 pi, and the area of a semicircle, so semicircle would be area half area, so half into pi r square, so r is 3, so this would be 9, so 9 divided by 2 is 4.5, so this would be 4.5 pi. Obviously 4.5 is greater than 4, so quantity B is greater than quantity A, hence option B is correct. C is the circumference of a circle of radius r. So C equals to 2 pi r. So C is the radius, C is the circumference, so 2 pi r over r. R and r cancels out and we get 2 pi. So pi is equal to 3.142. Obviously, if 3.142 is multiplied by 2, we get a number that is more than 6. So quantity A is greater than quantity B. So we have these circles. So the area of this circle would be 40 divided by 360 into pi, and the radius is 4. So this would be 4 square. And over here, this would be 20 over 360 into pi, and the radius is 8 square. So this would be 16 into 40 into pi over 360 for quantity A. And this would be 20 into 64 into pi over 360. Now 16 into 40 and 20 into 640, which is the greater amount? Which one would be greater? So 16 into 40, so for 16 into 40 would be 640. This would be 640 pi. And 640 into 20 is definitely more than 1000. So 640 into 20 is actually 64 into 20 is basically 1280. So 1280 is definitely more than 640. So again, we can also see it from here as well. So this is your 360. So both the denominator is 360. So area, the first area would be 40 into pi into 4 square divided by 360. Area 2 would be 20 into pi into 8 square into 360 divided by 360. Now this 40 is twice that of 2, but over here 4 square and 8 square. So definitely this numerator would be greater than this circle's numerator. And we have also checked. So 40 into 16 is 640, and 20 into 64 is something that is greater than 1000. So quantity B is greater than quantity A. So option B is correct. Now we have this circle. Each of the triangle is equilateral. So equilateral means that this side equals to this side equals to this side. So this is 3. This is 3 as well. Now this shaded region would be area upon 2, and we have this as 60 degrees, this as 60 degrees, and this as 60 degrees. This shaded region would be 60 over 360 into A, or the area of the circle, or we can write A over 6. So the area of the shaded region would be A upon 2 plus A upon 6, and we can write that this would be 6A plus 2A whole over 12. So this would be 8A over 12. And the area of the circle, 8 over 12, area of the circle would be pi into 3 square. So 8 upon 12 into pi into 9. So 3 4s are, 3 3s are, 4 1s are, 4 2s are, this would be 6 pi. So 6 pi is 6 pi, both of them are equal, hence option C is correct. Now A, B, C, D and E, F, G are squares, and all the circles are tangent to one another and to the sides of the square. So the area of the shaded region, so these are your shaded region. So the area of this square would be, obviously one of the side is 12. So the area of the square is 12 square, that is 144. This circle radius would be how much? This radius, now this whole side is 12. So the diameter is 6. So the radius would be 3. So the area of this circle would be area equals to pi r square. So pi r square. R is 3, so 9 pi. How many circles there are? There are 4 circles. So we can multiply this by 4 and we get 36 pi. So the area of the shaded region would be 144 minus 36 pi. Now for this graph or for this diagram, again area of the square is 144 and area of the small circle would be, now this whole thing is 12. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So each circle, there are 3 circles over here. The diameter for each circle would be 4 and the radius for each circle would be 2. So area equals to pi 2 square, that is 4 pi. And how many circles there are? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 4 pi into 9 will be equal to the area of total circle, that is again 36 pi. So 144 minus 36 pi is also the area of shaded region. So both of them have the same area. So option C is correct. Now a square and a circle have equal areas. So a square and a circle has equal areas. So over here, S square equals to A, and over here, this is your R. So pi R square equals to your area. So S equals to under root A and radius will equal to A whole over pi and under root. So we have R square. So R equals to A over under root, A over pi whole A over pi under root. So under root A over pi. This is your radius. Now the perimeter of the square would be, obviously there's 4 sides. So this would be 4 into under root A. And the circumference of the circle, so 2 pi r. So 2 pi r is under root A whole over under root pi. So we can also write this as under root A over under root pi. Now the circumference, now over here we have a pi. So we multiply this by pi and also multiply this by pi. It won't make any difference because pi, under root pi over pi, under root pi is 1. So we can write 2 pi under root A whole over. So under root pi into under root pi is pi. So pi and pi cancels out and we get the circumference of the circle as 2 under root A into under root pi. Or we can write this 2 under root pi into under root A. Now one thing is common, under root A, and over here there is also under root A. So 4. Now 2 pi is basically under root 3.142. And if we want to write over here, so this is 2 multiplied by 2 under root A. Or we can write 2 under root 4 into under root A, 2 under root 4 multiplied by under root A. And this is 2 under root 3.142 multiplied by under root A. Definitely this expression is more. This expression is more than this expression, 2 into under root 3.142. Because under root 3.142 would be definitely less than under root 4. So quantity A is greater than quantity B. Hence option A is correct. That's it. So you need to do a lot of practice so that you get a perfect score. Thank you very much.